Well, I am back in my corner as it should be. Well, at least while I'm doing these, usually. Very happy Monday to everybody. And we're ready to get the week started. And I have some interesting things to share with you about Outlander. A little something from Diana Gabaldon herself, something from Graham, but a lot of Sam. Because as we all know, last week ended his run with Macbeth. And of course, there are some pictures and such out there celebrating the fact that he had such success. However, first, a little something from Outlander stars. They are sharing some never before seen behind the scene photos of the wedding. Yeah, just when you think we've seen every single behind the scene picture there could be of the wedding episode, more. Outlander stars, as I said, shares this. I know you've watched the wedding 100 times, at least, right? At least. So I thought it was only fair to give you some never before seen behind the scenes photos. Outlander Forever. Yeah, we know Outlander Forever's hashtag along with Outlander. Some great pictures here. We got the whole crew. And what a cool angle. We really don't see like the up high angles too often. It's usually the far away angles and seeing them as they're doing stuff besides other folks. That's nice. I don't know if very possibly Sam is holding her up because, as we know, that wedding gown, not the most comfortable thing to wear ever. And just to move her around, they had to make a golf cart trailer so that she could be moved from one place to another because walking was a limited thing. And here we've got the procession as they're heading either into the church, I'm assuming, getting ready for the actual wedding scenes where we get Claire Randall becomes Claire Fraser. And oh, that's lovely too. The wedding night. Ooh, I don't know how much behind the scenes we're gonna get to the wedding night. It's a little risque, you know. But again, even sitting down, that the gown was fantastic. This is of course without the skirts, but it's still so. I mean, she always looks just so elegant, even in her underwear. And there we go. Are we looking at possibly watching the video that they just shot and see how it looks? If so, pretty cool. She gets to keep drinking. I'm assuming they didn't actually have wine in there, probably water or juice of some sort, but still, we got everybody on the wedding. So yeah, some never before seen behind the scenes of the wedding episode. Thank you so much, Outlander stars. We always take a little something new whenever we can, because we've seen everything as much as we can over and over again. New stuff is good. Speaking of new stuff, Diana Gabaldon again put out an excerpt from book 10. And it is kind of a lot to be read here, so bear with me, but there is an excerpt when we get down there. Tonight is the second Sunday of Advent, and the candle for this Sunday is usually called peace. In the winter season, the world seems to turn more slowly, and the nights grow longer, lending us a quiet space in which to think, to pray, or only be. We were out of town for a few days this past week, so I made another 10-minute Advent wreath picked from the yard at the place we were staying. This one is made with 3 needle clusters from what I think is a Tory pine, accented with red pyracanthus berries and a sprig of some kind of sage. She makes a note. The excerpt I'm using here is the one that I read a couple of days ago for the Wake County NC Library's Outlander program. This was broadcast, so to speak, online and could only accommodate 1,000 participants. Were you one of the folks who were able to see it? Because I knew I was going to be busy, so I didn't. Let me know below if you guys got to see the live reading from her. So the library people are making the recording of the event available to the other 2,000 people who weren't able to get online. As soon as that recording is available, I'll provide the link for it here. Oh, that's lovely. That's so nice of her. In the meantime, though, I thought this excerpt might be appropriate, both because it does bring some peace to both Jamie and William, but also because it's in pieces. Oh, it's in pieces. Okay. When I'm writing and the characters are actively talking to each other or to me, I don't pause to do what I call the underpainting, the descriptions and atmospheric bits. I'll just note where I'm thinking in square brackets, and we'll go back later to finish the structure of the scene. Okay, that makes sense. In this case, as I was reading it aloud, It was simpler to just use what you'll see below. I mean, radio plays don't have descriptions. When I've done the underpainting, no rush, I'll post the whole thing. But for now, excerpt from A Blessing for a Warrior Going Out, copyright 2025, Diana Gabaldon. Photo is also by Diana Gabaldon. She always includes a photo at the end of these, so this one will be one she's taken herself. She goes on to say that this is what my work files look like. The numbers at the top are the word count at the end of the day, so I feel as though I'm making progress. Jamie, 10% and 16, I'll tell you. Okay, all right. So we've got a list of numbers here that includes the count as it increases as she writes. Very good. That's a good idea. I used to write a little bit, and I would just be like pages and pages and pages. There wasn't much talk over their spare breakfast. Both were moved by an increasing sense of urgency. William thought they were making good time, but was hampered in his estimation by not knowing exactly where they were. They were definitely going downhill, though, and the woods seemed less dense. Fraser had said they'd like to come into the Piedmont in 2 days, where roads were better and the travel would be faster. William hoped so. Irked as he was by the distance and occasional difficulties in traversing creeks, timber falls, and washouts, such difficulties did temporarily stop him thinking, not often, but sometimes. The road widened and Fraser came up beside him. Fraser looked as though he was considering something. Fair enough, William thought. So was he. Though in fact he realized he himself was mostly trying not to consider things. Papa chiefly, and what might be happening to him. Might already have happened to him in the time all this had taken. What if they were too late? What if he should already have been hurt or killed? He shoved all those thoughts fiercely away, for the 100th time, clenching his teeth. And the moment his jaw relaxed, there was Amaranthus. Again, he blinked. Bloody hell, how did you get in here? He demanded silently, because there she was, full-blown, in his mind. Her fichu pulled loose, hanging from her hand, and white breasts curving down into the shadow of her gown. Her eyes had gone gray as they did when she was thoughtful or afraid. Go away, he muttered. Just bloody go away. Fraser's voice startled him, and Amaranthus vanished, leaving the Scot looking at him in mid-puzzlement. Horsefly, William said shortly, and brushed irritably at his ear. Fraser made a sound indicating acceptance, and no more was said between them until they had stopped at a small creek to water the horses and have a piss. I dinna ken much about your life of late, Fraser said casually as they were about to remount, and you dinna ken aught of mine. If there's something you want to know, ask and I'll tell you. Anything so long as the story is mine to tell. Without waiting for a response, he swung up to the saddle. With the grace of a much younger man, William thought. He must be 50 at least. Goodness, 50, that's so old. Thank you, William said, for lack of anything else to say. End section. Encounter with the bad guys who steal their horses. Jamie kills one who has a blonde scalp on his belt. Okay. What? William's mouth was dry, and he had to work his tongue to get enough moisture to speak. He nodded at the sheaf of blonde hair lying on the ground, frayed and tangled. Fraser grimaced but nodded, and shaking out a smoke-stained handkerchief, squatted and gently scooped the dreadful relic into the cloth, which he tied into a careful bundle. We'll make a fire when we stop for the night. We'll say a prayer and burn it then, he said, gingerly tucking the bundle into his sack. Yes, let's do that. They do, and Jamie says part of the soul-leading prayer. They are quiet for a bit, watching the hair disappear into the smoke, smell of burning hair. Moved by impulse, day or days later, William asked Jamie if they might say the prayer for his mother when they stop in the evening. Jamie says of course, and after a shared silence, asked William if he thinks of his mother often. Do you think of your mother often? William took a deep breath. Now and then. Do you? Reaction. Not often. More, though, since you've come. And you have the look of her sometimes. They'd been writing for a couple of hours in silence. William turned things over in his mind, Fraser apparently inhabiting his own thoughts. The road was quiet. They hadn't seen anyone else since the noon the day before. Temporarily lose the road and find themselves in thick growth, go downhill, the Piedmont begins. My mother didn't know anything about me, William said briefly. She died when I was born. Surely you know that. Fraser shook his head. Nay, a ballock, she kent you. What makes you say that? William asked shortly. He didn't like talking about his mother. She died the day you were born, Fraser said. He had the reins bunched in one hand, shoving low-hanging branches away with the other as he ducked under them, and his words floated back through the leaves, slightly muffled, but clear enough. But not when you were born. William stiffened in the saddle, and Trajan snorted in mild inquiry. William nudged his horse hastily into the leaves and out the other side. Fraser was waiting for him, his face carefully blank. I thought my grandmother told me I caused her death. No, you didn't do that either, Fraser corrected. Geneva was all right for some hours after you came, and was sitting up holding you, petting you and laughing. It wasn't till later that day, hours later, that the bleeding started again, and the doctors couldn't stop it. He nudged the horse into movement and bent low to go under a big sycamore branch, his voice drifting back over his shoulder. She kencha. William barely caught the branch as it snapped back, showering him with leaves. Fragrant. What do sycamores smell like? That's notes that Diana's making as she's writing. I didn't know that. William felt as though somebody had punched him in the stomach with a hand wrapped around something heavy, yet something precious, like a lump of gold. I thought... They told me she died when I was born. I thought it was... when she died in childbirth. His mouth had gone dry, and he licked his lips. I didn't know she'd ever seen me. She saw you, Fraser said, his voice quiet, and she loved you. She was taken from you, but she didn't leave you. She wouldn't have gone if she could have stayed. That sentence lanced through William's heart, and he breathed through his mouth for a moment, unable to speak for fear of bursting into tears. Later. You left me. I did. Fraser hesitated, whether from reluctance or merely weighing his words. The latter evident, for he shifted to face William directly and met his eyes. Like your mother, he said quietly, I would have stayed if I could. William made a sound that wasn't quite humph, but close. You didn't die. What made you leave then? Fraser's mouth twitched a little in the corner, too small a movement to be a smile. When you were 6, he said precisely, your neb began to grow. My what? Fraser touched his nose, long and straight, and by reflex William touched his own, long and equally straight. And your brows began to grow in thick, not red, thank God, but thick, and mine in shape. And your eyes began to darken. He took a deep breath, but went on. Your shoulders were always mine from the time you could stand, but no one much noticed that sort of thing in Wayne. But then you began to stretch out, your legs, long and straight. He stopped pressing his lips together for a moment as though deciding whether to go on, but he did. I spoke to John Gray when I was making up my mind that I must go. I was a prisoner of the Crown, Ken. He held my parole. He'd arranged it for me to work at Hellwater. He didn't even ask why. What he said was, all men have secrets. Yours is walking around. If he could see it, so would others soon enough. William saw Fraser's throat bob as he swallowed once. So I broke my heart in silence, he said quietly, and maybe yours, though I hoped not too badly. And I went. I left. You. He took a deep breath, and at last looked down, clearing his throat with a soft hem. William opened his mouth, but could do more than breathe through it. His knees didn't seem connected to his body anymore, but he managed to stand up, turned his back to his father, and walked away. There was a small pine sapling a few feet away, and he stopped there, holding on to the spriggy, rough-barked, fragrant trunk with both hands, as though his life depended on not letting go. End section. And then we've got this lovely photo that Diana, she said she'd made another wreath for Advent, and there we go. It looks very nice, and she has her candles. That is fantastic, and what a nice gift to share with us yet. Another excerpt, and a really good one there too. Lots of good scenes between William and Jamie, and I don't know how much of that will get on screen. We've been told that Book 10 kind of not going to happen on our screens much, so I think if we want the rest of the story, we're going to have to all be readers, eventually. All right, moving on. This one is from Sam Heughan himself. It says, Happy prologues to the swell act of the Imperial theme. Oh, happy prologues to the swelling act of the imperial theme. Thank you to everyone that came to watch. What a fitful fever that was. An honor to work with the best company and play the Thane of Cawdor in Stratford upon Avon. And we've got some pictures included, maybe ones we've all seen before, but they're definitely worth another look because this has been a really like a dream for him that has come true. I'm thoroughly excited for him. We've got more though, more, because something fun happened here. Heughan, Scotland, and 3 others share this. It says, Day 6 of our Feeling This Christmas Advent calendar. Today it is Sam Heughan. A lot of other stars, but we're going to just concentrate on Sam Heughan's one. And he is feeling dramatic. Sam has been a longtime supporter of the Cojones, from running marathons to helping us raise vital funds, and it means a lot to have him backing this campaign too. Whatever you are feeling this Christmas, make sure that you are feeling yourself. It takes seconds and it saves lives. If you would like to support the campaign, one small download, only 79 pence, I should say, helps our charity. We give it. You know what? I don't know what that says. Single climb the charts and spread life-saving testicular cancer awareness. This is very cool. Let's see him being dramatic. Ready? Yes.
I'm feeling dramatic.
Okay, hopefully I don't get cut off here. There's a song playing, and it literally says, check your balls. Obviously, it's for testicular cancer. It is a fun little ditty. And you know what? I think I might have 79 pence. I'm sure that's like $1.10 here in the States. I could definitely spare that. He's feeling dramatic, and obviously we've got him behind the scenes Macbeth here. Otherwise, he's just had a really bad day. Check that out. Very cool. Always support any assistance in any cancers and development of cures and treatments. I don't know about your family, but we have some histories in my family as well. So watch out for each other. Watch out for ourselves. Really good cause. All right, Danny Booby shares this one, and I should probably translate so I could read it. It says, Sam Heughan on December 6th for Macbeth's final at the other place. The show is over. Last signings. Sam was a wonderful, outstanding Macbeth. Yes. Thank you for sharing. Repost. Obviously, this is a repost. But here we got the last time. This is last time, buddy. Last time you're going to be walking out those doors as Scottish King Macbeth, and signing autographs, getting pictures taken, videos taken. My heart, again, I'm just so excited for him to have kind of made this dream a reality for himself. And we're waiting to see what's next. Obviously, book tours and cocktail tours, but seriously, I want to know the next film project, theater project. We're waiting. But we are not done, because this is the final picture of the end here. The Vicarious Voyager shares this. It's a repost with permission just before the start of the last performance of Macbeth at Stratford upon Avon, obviously. Sam Heughan fans, Macbeth, Shakespeare, RSC, and the other place, all hashtagged. I don't do all the hashtags these days so much, but all worth. I just can't stop saying it. I am so excited that he was able to make this dream come true, because when dreams come true, I mean, you have other dreams, but like to know that you can accomplish one just makes you really want to reach for that next thing. So, again, just so excited for him. I have more, though. I'm not even done, because we got some Graham here, too. Graham McTavis shares this one. Rome! Books on Rome, the history of Rome. I just loved my research for Spartacus, House of Asher. Here are some of my favorites. Thank to all of you lovely people who tuned in on the double episode premiere. What an amazing response. I'm so proud of this show. If you missed it, it's streaming on Stars and in New Zealand, where he is, on Neon New Zealand. Spartacus Stars, lots of hashtags. Enjoy a visit to the most fascinating place in ancient history, Rome. I'm going to have to check that one out. Let's see what he has to say about reading about Rome.
First of all, big thank you to all of the people that have tuned into the first two episodes of Spartacus House of Asher. If you haven't had a chance to see it, I hope you do. It's currently streaming on Stars, and I'm in New Zealand, so it's on Neon, I believe, in New Zealand. I don't know everywhere, but it's pretty easy to find. But this is not about the show per se. This is about my research. So I read some books. This is Caesar's Legion, Stephen Dando Collins, the epic saga of Julius Caesar's 10th Legion, who basically just conquered everything. Sorry, that was me just throwing it on the table. Secondly, Nero by Con Gabaldon, a retelling or a reimagining or a sort of a dramatization of the early life of Nero. He actually comes across as a pretty sympathetic character. The second book, which is out right now, is called Tyrant. So I guess we know how that went. SPQR by Mary Beard. Mary Beard is like the go-to historian about Rome. SPQR is a history of the entirety of Rome. Senatus Populus Qui Romanus, for the citizens and people of Rome. Still to be seen in Rome on manhole covers. Crazy, but I love it. A Fatal Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum. Yes, by Emma Southern. Now, this is basically just about murder. Murder in Rome. There was a lot, not just from gladiators. So she talks about all of that, and it's such a fun read. And you're glad you're not living in ancient Rome. Populus. This really gives a great description of everyday life in Rome, what it was like for people in every aspect of their lives. A fascinating read, including, of course, gladiators. And finally, we cannot finish talking about Rome. Well, this is a heavy one. The Fall of the Roman Empire by Peter Heather. Yeah, it fell. They never thought it would, but it did. They thought it would last for thousands of years, but suddenly it wasn't there anymore. And it's a lesson to be learned for all of us from history about assuming too much about our own importance. So, read that. Bang. Read on.
See, he's always helpful giving us some good ideas about what to read for those who'd like to have a couple of, options around different genres, different kind of writings. And obviously, yes, as big of a reader as he is, obviously he would do some research for the show he's going to be in, or is it now, I should say. You know what? I think that the most interesting and yet kind of just like really weird, because I'm a weird person, I enjoy the history of Caligula. I know that sounds really weird, but because he was so warped, and so were a lot of folks in Rome, I find it very interesting that there were no limits, and yet there were. And it's an interesting study on psychopathy and being spoiled beyond. It's really, that fascinates me. But Nero is also another good one. Nero is also an interesting figure in Roman history. So that doesn't surprise me. And I might have to check out some of those. They sound kind of good. Rounding out our update, A Long Winter with Caitriona Balfe and Ebon Moss. Background wraps soon in Alberta. Yes, Alberta, Canada. We know that she's been filming A Long Winter, and it looks like they're about done. Let's see what Balfe Nation has to say. It says, Caitriona Balfe's film, A Long Winter, wraps soon in Alberta. Swipe through for more info and a description of her role. All right, so we can either read the side here or we can read through here. I think we're going to read through here. It says, the story sees Louise Caitriona Balfe, the alcoholic mother of Mike Fred Heckinger, and Tommy take off after a quarrel with her husband Lester Ebon Moss Backren, walking with her dog to the home of her brother Frank, quite a few miles away. Oh no, not a Frank, we're all in trouble. When a snowstorm blows up suddenly and socks in the entire area, Lester and Mike begin a search, which is soon expanded with the aid of local neighbors and local law enforcement. All right. A long winter feature. Alberta filming dates October 21st, 2025 to December 8th, 2025. Oh, they're done today. Today's the last day. Director is Andrew Heughan. Cast, of course, we've got Caitriona Balfe, Ebon Moss Backrack, Fred Heckinger, I'm sorry, Kit Connor, Defara Woon, Ate, Manuel Garcia Rufo, and David Fur. I'm sorry that I know that I'm destroying people's names here, but that's why I show what I'm reading so y'all can go, Katie, you can't pronounce anything. Katie's aware of that. I try, but I'm aware that I'm terrible at pronouncing certain names. Production Nomadic Pictures, because they're nomadic, they're moving around. Oh, that's interesting art. I like the art. A Long Winter, Colm Toybin. I like this art. Andrew Hayes' latest feature, A Long Winter, starring Outlander's Caitriona Balfe and the Bears' Ebon Moss Backrack, wraps filming soon in Alberta. The adaptation of the Colm Tibbins novella takes place high in the mountains as a family gets ready for the long winter ahead. That's a fairly short, straight to the point synopsis. This could be good. I like life struggles and human convictions, and I don't know, the will to survive and do it is necessary, and push through difficult times to make it past. Yeah, this is going to be good. I think definitely going to have to watch this one too. They need to stop making such good movies. I have too many things that I need to watch. Now that is all of the updates I have for Outlander. However, I have a little present, and I think that I'm going to open it here. If you enjoyed this video and don't want to stay for the rest of it, that's cool. If you enjoyed it so far, though, make sure you do give me a thumbs up, thumbs down if not, comment below. You know the drill. If you haven't already and you want more information as it comes out, don't forget to subscribe. And, of course, a big thanks to all of my members and any people who have donated or assisted this channel over the past year or so. I really do appreciate all your support. And of course, to those of you who view, those of you who come back, those of you who share, those of you who subscribe, I thank all of you because you've really helped this channel grow and continue to grow. And I really do appreciate that. I also appreciate presents, which I don't expect, but presents are nice. I like them. And once again, Jackie has sent me something. At least she knows she's going to get free advertisement for me, because I'm going to share it with you. I'm going to open it, and we're going to see what's in the box. Well, maybe I'll get it open, and maybe I won't. Girl, you tape this really well. All right, let's see here. Of course, a very fun packing material. I like the packing material just because it makes me feel like I'm getting a big surprise. It's all hidden in here. Aw, for my special friend, Katie. That's so kind. Hope you enjoyed the goodies and take time for yourself. Oh, Jackie, you are such a dear. Thank you so much. And we have more soap. The nice smelling soap. This is the Dragonfly and Amber soap. Oh, that does smell nice. All right, Dragonfly and Amber soap. And also another one. This one is this one is the bath soap. And this one is a lotion bar. I see. That's very clever. And she's got the scents amber, musk, white pear, gardenia, goat milk soap bar, soap base, and liquid silk. That's for the soap. And the lotion bar is the same thing with mango, cocoa, and shea butter. Oh, fantastic. That is so kind. And we've got another Dragonfly and Amber Sugar Body Scrub. Can I tell you that I brought the Ruin Me Body Scrub with me to my convention? My skin felt so nice afterwards, and it smelled so good. It lasted all day, which is tricky because I don't sit still at conventions. I'm running around like a crazy person. And then one more. Ooh, another sampler of scents. These are great. Oh, I get it. Okay. Oh, and another note. It says, shake and apply. You got to shake them, which makes sense because of their homemade ingredients, and you don't want any of it to get split off. What scents have you sent me this time? Dragonfly and Amber. Oh, one that's just called Jamie or Jammf. Oh. James Alexander Malcolm Mackenzie Fraser. Duh. It took me a second, but I got there. And Scottish Highlands. All right, I got to find out first. What does Jamie smell like? Let's find out what Jamie smells like. Oh, that is nice. That is nice. Parfum and cologne. It says leather, musk, bonfire, pink pear, oet, black hemlock, vanilla tonka, and dipropylene glycol, which I'm guessing is the scent base for it. I'm gonna have to give this to my husband. Baby, you need to smell like this and wear a kilt tonight. No reason. All right, what else we got? We got the Scottish Highlands in a very appropriately green bottle like that. And let's see if I can get. Oh, that's nice too. What is this one? Wild heather and thyme. I could smell it. It smelled like something growing, or a plant. Golden oats, apple, cranberry, aspen, pine, juniper, berry, and again the glycol for the base. That's very nice too. And of course the dragonfly and amber. I already smelled the soap and stuff, but real quick. I'm trying not to get too many on there. Oh, that is pretty too. Oh my gosh. Now this is a perfume. The James Alexander Malcolm Mackenzie Fraser one is a cologne as well. This one is amber musk, white pear, gardenia. So it's very simple smell, but very nice. I am digging these. And the Scottish Highlands is also a perfume or cologne. So James Alexander Malcolm Mackenzie Fraser and the Scottish Highlands are both for male or female. And it looks like the dragonfly and amber is for gals only, because we're awesome and we need some stuff for us. These are fantastic. I'm for now going to put them all back in the box so that nothing gets lost. But thank you again, Jackie. At the very least, I can give you some free advertisement for your kindness. It's very sweet, and thank you for the card too. I mean, get a little dragonfly card. How cool is that? So if I get nothing for Christmas, at least I know that my wonderful viewers have gifted me, and I appreciate that, Jackie, so much. Thank you very much. And you guys, check out Jackie's stuff if you haven't already, because it's good stuff, or I would not be sharing it with y'all. I'd just be like, Jackie, I'm sorry, this is really bad. I can't tell other people about it. No, it's great. It smells good. And again, I'm allergic to a lot of different perfumes, and I've had zero reaction with the perfumes, the soaps, the body washes, the hand washes. So if you have sensitive skin or have any issues, this might be a good idea for you to try, because again, it's not making me sneeze. It's not making me break out in a rash. Beautiful things, in my opinion. All right, now I'm done. That's everything I've got. Go have a really great Monday. Tackle the day, tackle the week, or at least survive it, because as I told my daughter this morning, look, you only have a couple of weeks of school till Christmas. just make it till then. You'll be all right. You just got to make it till then. Of course, for some of us, making it through Christmas is the tricky part, but that's all right. We just got to make it. And even on your roughest days, at least you know you can come here, talk to a friendly face, and get some fun info about some of our favorite people. Once again, thanks to everybody for being a part of this channel. I really do appreciate it. And I will have some info on my adventures over at GalaxyCon on my other channel, but it's not up yet. I still haven't even unloaded all the stuff from my phone to make a video yet. So I will see you there. And if not tonight, don't forget, we do have that fantastic chat about episode 7 with Kathy, Viggy, and Jackie. I will see you there, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I need a nap, man. I tell you what, I need a nap. Alright guys, be safe. If you think you might have missed some fun stuff, because I did have a video over the weekend, please do check the playlist below for any videos and information you might have missed. And of course, no matter which video you do choose, I will see you there.